Hello, welcome to your daily dose of Twin Force Fusion. A few hours ago I posted a video about my top 5 best mods that I personally think it's the best. And again, you have to think I've been a racer all my life, and some other mods may be better, let's say for street. But for me, the 5 mods, if I had to pick only 5 mods, that's the 5 mods I would pick up. Now, I'm enjoying the comments I did receive, and I got somewhat, hand slap because I didn't mention about the exhaust. And then thank you, Symes. He recognized the amount of work I did to my exhaust. I think I'm the only one in the world with this. If you start from the heads, which is there's the only thing stock on it, it's the bolts that are holding the downpipes to the turbos, because the turbos are from the MKZ. I got the Ultimate Performance downpipes on an X pipe from Magnaflow. I got a custom 2.5 inch stainless steel exhaust versus the 2 1/4. Osanaka, something like that, 2.5 inch stainless steel resonators, and a custom modified MRT axle back exhaust with the Flowmaster HP2 Shorties laminar flow muffler. It's a handful to say, I know, but all the videos are there if you really want to see it. But let's say if I had to include a few more items on the list, for sure I would say the catback. But the reason I did not mention that, and also with the cold air intake, you have to understand I was able to do low 12s and almost like 349.6 all-wheel horsepower on a Mustang dyno type. Some people don't like too much the figures, but it's about, on a Maha dyno, it's about 490 horse. So the big water tank muffler, it's a huge thing, is able to flow. It's a 6-chamber muffler, but it does still flow. And the air intake also, the factory one, all I did is put the AAVE filter in, and it flows a lot. But yes, if push comes to shove, the less back pressure you get, the better it is. You don't have to believe me, just go see what Gail Banks does on his site, and you understand back pressure on a turbo cars, the less the better. What else? So since I'm here, might as well start. It's going to be a hard start. This is actually, what I drive on the street, obviously. See, don't worry, when I give it the bean, it's very loud. I'm not going to give it here because I'm at La Trappe à Fromage here in Gatineau. I don't want them to kick me out. And I'll probably open the hood to show you the intake, which you guys already saw. But if you have to add stuff on your list, the catback exhaust, for 2 reasons: less back pressure, obviously, and weight. And take 2. Okay, before my battery died, when I was in the back of the car talking about the exhaust, please do the exhaust. Could be the MRT or the Borla, obviously the axle back exhaust. You'll save weight and less back pressure. The reason also I did not talk about the cold air intake on my top 5 best mods is because with the AAVE filter, it would still be providing just a little over 600 CFM, which it's good enough for the engine. With the MKZ turbo, more air is coming in, so that's the main reason I did put the Stida cone. As you can see, there's a it's use entry. There's like a Venturi style aluminum inserts in there and all that, which is all good. But they're not cheap, you know. The other mods, the 5 first mods, are not cheap either. I think the Tune is probably the cheapest, but the you know, from memory, you're looking at a solid $500 for the Stida Cold Air. These prices in Canadian, by the way. The MRT exhaust, $800. I had those Flowmaster stainless steel muffler. They were at least $250 a pop. So you could see that the numbers go high. Same thing with the Eco Power pipes. They're not cheap. I think there's like 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say $800 US. And to install, it's a pain. It's a pain, especially with my big hands. It's a pain to work on this engine compared to the other cars I had before. The other mod I also would recommend is the BBK 65mm throttle body. Factory it's 60. I may link this, but on my old video I have all the CFM calculate. And if you do drag type racing, you do want the BBK 65. There are also a Ford Racing that offers a 70mm, but the EcoBoost isn't rev that high, so I don't think it's worth it. But if you could get your hand on that for fairly cheap, go ahead. And that's about it. Plugs, obviously, I did mention in my recommendation. Do the plugs. Again, one step colder. Get the fancy one. Get over it. You don't need to go with the MSD coil. I had one that went kaput, but it was replaced, no questions asked, so I cannot complain about it. Good oil, catch can, don't forget, oil separation. But on my particular EcoBoost, maybe it's a combination of the oil I use and the gas, I barely get any junk in it. So I don't know about you, but my EcoBoost is pretty clean. And one other item that will help you get you a better 60 foot, it's the rear sway bar. For some of you, this may be weird. Even on a front wheel drive car, a sturdy rear sway bar with good bushings will help you launch the car better. If you do, don't forget, upgrade your sway bar links with the Moog greasable ones, and you'll be all set. So no hard feelings out there. I have nothing against with the catback. Obviously, it's the most I spent on this car is my exhaust. You know, from the turbos to the rear, if you include in all the labor work and all the parts, I would say it's a solid 4.5 to 5 Canadian, $5,000 Canadian I spent on the exhaust on this car. So it gives you an idea how expensive it is for good quality parts. You know, when you go with Garrett intercooler, same thing. The Tune, actually, it's the cheapest way to go. I don't know how much Tune by James or Unleashed sell their Tune, but I think the price should be all the same. Again, I have no clue, but if my memory serves right, my liver noise cost me $600 US. But I had since then I had 2 revisions for free. So I don't know how it works with the other, but I don't want to you know, get you guys all excited. But I'm gonna finish what I want to finish with the LMS, and I'm gonna be trying the other tunes also, just for shits and giggles. But you know, it's still serious. I view this car as a serious car, as a daily commute. I really want to give a chance to Unleash and to Tune by James also. So take care, and the track opens in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.